Thanks for tuning in, folks. Welcome back. Rayleigh Small Engines. Today we're working on a John Deere D110. Turns over, won't start. Let's get into this thing, see what's going on. Alright, let's see what it does. Sounds like she's turning awful fast. That tells us it's got a good battery, huh? I'm gonna give her a little shot of brake cleaner. Let's see if it'll pop off. The air filter looks almost new. Nothing. Next step. Let's see if it's got fire. Okay, let's see what'll happen now. Looks like we've got plenty of spark. Next step. So I went ahead and got this hood out of the way. What we're going to do now, we're going to do a compression test. Let's see what she does. I can get y'all turned around and hold the key. No compression. Let's pop this valve cover. Y'all think the engine's blowed up? Put it down in the comments, let me know. Let's see what's going on under here. See if our rockers are rocking. Okay, let me get a screwdriver, we'll pry that loose. Be nice if I had all my tools right there together. Uh-oh, I hear parts rattling. Look at there. There's your problem. Where's push rod? Push rod's even gone. I need that little piece. That goes on the top of the valve. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I think is wrong with it. I may be wrong. Seen this a bunch. I'm almost betting the seat has gone sideways under this valve and holding that valve cracked open, and that might be why we have no compression. So I guess our next step, we're going to be pulling a head off. The easiest way to pull this head off is real simple. You got 2 bolts here, 2 in the back. Take this fan shroud off. Then we're going to take the 2 exhaust bolts out and the 2 bolts on the intake. Then we'll take the head bolts out and get this thing out of there, and we'll see what's going on. Sorry about the camera cutting off the top of the blower housing. I did forget to mention one thing. This fuel pump. All you do is take a screwdriver, stick right here, and it'll just snap off of that blower housing and get it out of your way. And then you've got the 2 bolts on the back here to take it off. So y'all listen to a tune a minute, and I'm gonna get it tore apart, and we'll see if my thoughts are correct. Dang, I can't talk. Well, I was not correct. A lot of times those valve seats will come out and wedge sideways and make the valve stay open. This one is not done that way. Also, looking around on this head, I don't see evidence of a blown head gasket. Let's go look at the engine. I pulled the gasket off and I don't see any evidence of it blown. Generally, if they're blown, you can pull the dipstick and it'll be poofing out of there real good. There's our broke push rod. I did spin the engine over and stuck the exhaust push rod into the top of the lifters there, and the cam is working correctly, so nothing's sticking there. I also pushing the piston back and forth. It doesn't move a lot. It's got a tiny bit of play. Now I know this will be hard to see, but it appears the cross thatch or whatever is still in here. When I feel this, there's not a big ridge there. Yeah, there's a bunch of carbon there. So I think let's go see if these valves are leaking. I'm gonna take a little water and see if I can pour down in the top, and what we're gonna watch for is the valves. Let's see if any water's leaking out. That doesn't appear to be leaking. Now we're gonna try the exhaust side. That doesn't appear to be leaking. It's full to the top and holding. Alright, so let's pull this valve out. If you don't have a valve spring compressor, get your old socket, put under that valve, then you're just going to push down while holding a stick magnet, and you'll pop the little keepers out. And sometimes this is a little tricky. There's one. There's two. Let's pop this valve out and see what it looks like. This thing looks like it got hot to me. Let's see if I can get us a little light on the subject here. See all that blue? This thing got pretty hot. Don't know why yet. Alright folks, looks like here I think I see our issue. You see that one trail of carbon right in here, and then it's really thick right in there. And look at the difference in the coloration between there and over here, how dark. So that tells me something was leaking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the vise, take my center punch, and ping all the way around this seat to make sure it's not coming out. Then we're going to come back and we're going to lap these valves in and put it back together and see what happens. So just as a safeguard, I'm going to go all the way around the outer edge in the aluminum, and I'm going to ping all the way around. And if this seat happens to come out on you, put it back in there, be gentle, get it in there straight, then go around, do a few on each side, a few here, then all the way around, and I promise you it will stay in there. I've done a bunch of these. I'm going to do this as a safeguard. I did try the screwdriver. It would not pull loose, so I don't think it came out, but we're going to go with the other theory. I'm just going to lap that valve back in. I checked it. It is not bent. Looks straight. Little trick for you. For those of you who don't have a inch grinder, well, my lapper stick, or whatever the heck you call it, this here thingamabob, what you call it, is warped up, been worked on. You don't need one of these to lap valves. Y'all sit down, I'm going to take you to class. Right now, I've had that little can there for a long time. I don't even have a lid for that stupid thing. And then you just go on and pop that puppy in there. I'm going to show you a little trick. That's how you lap a valve, fellas. I'm using my finger to rub it back around the sealing edge and listening. You have to listen over the drill. It's hard to hear on camera. You're looking at not the shiny part, but right there near the very edge is where I ground. Nice and even. Then there's where I pinged in the seat. all the way around here. Let's try and get you a little light on the subject. All the way around, she's nice and pretty. Still got a little carbon in there. Let me get this other one lapped up. We're gonna pop this thing back together, see if she'll run. Well guys, I kind of lost that. Anyhow, I got the head back on. When you torque these bolts, just go in a cross pattern. You know, you can look it up and get the exact torque specs on your machine. I didn't give you the part number of the head gasket. There's a bunch of different ones out there. Look up the correct one for your machine. If you look on the top of your valve cover, let's see, get the model number, type, and then that G5. And like this one, the code is your serial number. So this is a 2011 model. So just get that and look it up. You can go to somewhere like Parts Tree and look that up. If you want to learn how to adjust these valves, sorry I missed showing you that here, I'll put a link right up at the top up there. Somewhere right in here there'll be a link. You click on that video and it'll show you how to adjust these valves. Well, I'm gonna put a little RTV on here and let this valve cover seal overnight, and in the morning we're gonna fire this puppy up, I hope. Oh yeah, I bet y'all want to see if it's got compression. I pulled the spark plug back out. Let's take a look. There went the valve cover. This baby a run. Okay folks, next day it is. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I have not tried to start this. I just went back and tightened the valve cover since I put the RTV on. So let's see what'll happen. I have not heard this machine run yet. I have no idea. Well, it runs. So what I'm gonna do now, I think I'm gonna put it the rest of the way back together and let it run a while. We'll see what happens. Doing a little pop back, so it's got a little issue with the carburetor. Folks, I just got off the phone with the customer. This machine has been at another shop. They're not sure what this other shop did. They did tell me some things that they did, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fire this thing up again and be sure, you know, and rev the engine up good. And then I'm gonna pause you guys for a little bit. I'm gonna let it sit out and run at full throttle and see how it acts. So let's fire it back up again and see how this throttle acts. Sounds pretty good, y'all stand by. Sound like she's doing good, not smoking, not surging. Think we got this one straightened out. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Y'all click that subscribe button. Give us one of those old thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment down below. Hope this helps someone out and shows you a tip or trick or two. Don't forget to hook up your whatchamacallit, your thingamabob, and you guys come back to see us. Thanks for tuning in. Rayleigh's Small Engines. See you next time.